Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. The Goldie Hour. Listen. Book a game. Game your father should have taught you. Now, I only got a few of these physical copies. Everybody else who got this book, y'all got an ebook. I only got a few physical copies, and if you want one, you can get one. You know, for me, I like to have a physical copy of a book because it becomes my notes. I underline, highlight. Y'all see it in my daily posts. So if you want one, get at me. Signed digital copy, and ain't no telling it. These might be the only ones I ever sell. You know. So y'all let me know what we talking about tonight. We gonna get into some certain topics. Really, I want to talk about the game your father should have taught you. Right. Through my journey, I got a lot of game. See, let me break this down for you, right? I'm in a unique position in life. My father died when I was young. Every young man is looking for how to be a man. What is a man? So when you lose your father, you start to search out other people who are father figure like. So instead of the average man getting the game from his father, and that's the only thing he really knows and understands, I was on a journey and a search, and I got game from a bunch of different fathers, a bunch of different mentors. So instead of just getting one type of information, I got a vast amount of information, a bunch of different type of game. So my game isn't just one person. See, in the game, a lot of times you'll come up under one mentor, two mentors. I came up under like 5 or 6 pivotal figures, you know? So it gives me a certain type of perspective most people don't have. You normally just get one piece of game. This is how it's supposed to be. I saw the way a lot of different people don't understand in the game. All players don't run a household the same. All players don't have the same principles. Now, yes, it's a certain underlying principles of the game, but every player runs his household different. Some it's all in house. Some it's not all in house. You know, some really be loving on their broad. Some don't touch their broad at all. Some got the thieving game. Some people just got the mouthpiece game. Some be on the carpet. Some be on the internet. Some be cross country. So, you know, so I got game from every type of player in the game when most people only get their game from one person. And in life, the same way. So I was on a search since I was 11 years old to get as much game as possible. And I put all the things that I learned in my journey from the mentors, from my own personal experiences in this book. This is the type of book that I wish I would have had when I was coming up. All right, so let's talk about it. What are we talking about tonight? What are we talking about tonight? I'm about to see what y'all talking about in here. I'm about to see what y'all talking about here. Let me know if the audio is good. I see y'all in here. Let's go. Turn me up, Goldie. Man, I really need Goldie like a big brother. Like, listen, that's what I needed. And you know what happens in life that a lot of people don't want to talk about? People take advantage of you. Hey, when you don't have game, you don't know what game is. So when you don't know what game is, anybody in front of you, you think they know what they're talking about. That's why it's dangerous in business. That's why it's dangerous in anything. If you have no game, you don't know if somebody's giving you bad game. And a lot of times people give you bad game on purpose. I got bad game on purpose because sometimes people want to keep you where you at. They don't want to give you the right game, you know? So I'm out here giving the right game, or at least the game that works for me. I'm not giving y'all no bad game. I'm not giving you no game I heard. I'm giving you game that I lived. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in here, anybody in here who got the book, the digital copy, let me know. Somebody said getting the book after live. Listen, the book for this, right? And it's only a certain amount. So I think it's only like 20 books or less than that because a couple of people already bought some. So if you want the book, you better get it because I don't know if I'm going to sell more or if I'm not. You know, it's very, very painstaking process to get these books made. So get it. Link in the description. When can we meet your girl who is handing you the hundreds in a double R video? We meet all the rest. Put her on a podcast. Hey, man, every woman can't just get on the podcast. Some women have businesses that, you know, I'm a very controversial figure. So, you know, it's some women that I have where it's not necessarily beneficial for them to be seen with me because then their female clients that they have may look at them crazy once they find out that I'm their man. So maybe you'll meet them, maybe you won't. Maybe you meet the next one, maybe you won't. If you need the hard copies are $99. They're $99, man. It's worth $5,000. Because if you learn one of these principles, you wouldn't have that baby mama that's ruining your life, that sets you back 10 years, going through all the stress and the pain and drama and trauma. You wouldn't have that relationships that's holding you back. You would understand the things that I wish I understood at a younger age, and it would save you 5, 10 years. And a lot of you, what you don't understand is if you make the wrong decision, have the wrong ideology, follow the wrong person, not vet the right woman, you could set your life back 5, 10 years. And a lot of times, most people don't recover. You make the wrong decision. Sometimes it's a decision that you'll never be as great as you could have been. So you ask me, this book is worth $5,000, $10,000. How much is shaving off 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years of your life? What is it worth to you? I mean, it ain't about the money, man. I'm getting paid either way. That's why I ain't really tripping. I could sell these books all day. I just don't care to. If you got the bundle, it is in the classroom. It's called The Book of Game. Go to the classroom and look at it. And everybody else, too. Go get the bundle right now. Extended the stale another couple days. The price is going back up. Every book, every course, every blueprint. And I just dropped a new blueprint. It's called Stop Being a Square. How to Stop Being a Square. And I break down what a square is. A square is essentially somebody living in the matrix. They living in a box. You get online, a lot of dudes will tell you, well, do this. Don't do this. Do this. Don't do this. It's because they have no game. Anybody talking about the do's and don'ts is a man with no game. I never talk about what to do and not to do. I talk about its decisions and then its consequences to those actions. A lot of people will tell you, hey, you can't do this. Don't move in with a woman. Don't do this. Don't do that. Hey, man, I do whatever I feel like doing. I could do what somebody says you should never do, and I could win with it. Why? Because I have some game. When you have no game, yeah, you got to put up safety nets in a certain lane for you to stay in, because you don't have the game, and it's very dangerous to be outside of the lane. It's like the lanes you put up in a bowling alley. Yeah, it's so you stay safe. But when you know how to bowl, guess what? I don't need no lane. I don't need you to pull up those what are they called? I don't need you to pull up the side thing so I don't go out of bounds, because I know no matter what happens, I'm good at what I do. So a lot of guys say, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Man, I could do whatever the fuck I want to do and I'm going to win with it. Yeah, you shouldn't do it because you don't have the game not to. And you're going to hurt yourself trying to go outside of these bounds and these lines. But when you get your game right, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm going to tell you a story, right? You know, if you in the game and you a player, you're not supposed to go into a strip club if you trying to knock you a woman and spend no ones. Why? Because you're going to look like a trick. Yeah, because you have no game. Some of the biggest players I know, they'll go into a strip club. They don't want to look like a player. They want to look like a trick because they know I could throw some ones. Y'all be like, oh, no, that ain't player throwing no ones. Yeah, but when you really have some game, you can go into a strip club and look like a trick and throw some ones because you know all you got to do is get in that broad ear. And if you get in that broad ear, you going to catch her. Man, I had an uncle, man. He'll go into a strip club, throw his ones, go into the back room. I'm not saying he doing anything in the back room, but that's his game so he can get in the broad ear. Let her guard down. Once her guard is down, he know he got her because he got that much game. The average dude can't do that because she going to look at you like a trick. But he's not that. So that same broad that he was throwing some ones on stage and went in the back room with and tried to holler at her, guess what? 2 weeks later, I seen her in the house cooking. And now he going to work, going to the strip club and bringing him back everything. Why? Because he has game. You other dudes don't have game. So you're right. You shouldn't do that because if you do it, she's going to look at you like a trick and she ain't going to respect you because you have no game. So you need guidelines and rules. A real player don't need no rules because no matter what, you're going to win because you got game in any situation. That might have went over a lot of y'all head. Afi Kingdom, what's the deal? My guy, salute to you. Afi, always coming through with it. Always with the good questions. Always with the good game. Go look at Afi, man. He been on this book game for a long time. I don't know his website, but look him up. Afi Kingdom. He's on Amazon right now. California Appraisal. Shout out to you. 1999. It's Hamlet. What clicked for me since being on the program is once I stopped chasing women and even stopped caring about women is when they started coming to me on their own. Speak on that and share some game. Man, that's esoteric wisdom. That's laws of the universe. That's manifestation. You don't chase, you attract. I ain't tripping off no broad. I am value. I love myself. I exude love. I exude confidence because I love myself and I put in the work. So guess what? Women come to me. Why? Because they're looking for that thing that everybody's looking for, that fulfillment. Most people are smoking and drinking and doing this and doing that because they're searching for something outside themselves. I'm fully whole. I don't need to go out and catch no broad. I can enjoy myself with or without the broad. And because I'm enjoying myself with or without the broad feel that energy and she wants some of it because she's missing something inside of her. See, the thing is, most of you dudes are missing something inside of you. So you need the broad. Needy energy is it doesn't attract. It's repulsive. I don't need the broad. And because I don't need the broad, I get all the broads. Not all the broads. I get the broads that want me. You understand? It's just the laws of the universe. You look at any other manifestation, esoteric wisdom. You don't chase, you attract, you become. Once you become, you get everything that you want. You know what I'm saying? That needy energy is felt. That's why you don't text a broad back that be blowing you up all day, because you feel that energy. You know, that's why she don't text you back, because you too needy. Man, I ain't needy about nothing. I want shit in life. I don't need shit in life. And that's the energy you need to be coming at life with. You understand what I'm saying? Goldie, define mind over matter for the people who need to realize and move accordingly. I mean, all is mine. You know what they say? I say it all the time. Your life is a mirror. It's not a window. What you see is what you are. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love the book As a Man Thinketh, because it's all about that. Showing you that your outward circumstances are nothing but a harmonious reflection of your internal state. And when you truly understand that, and when you truly live like that, you understand you don't need to chase nothing. You have to become it first. I mean, I know that sounds really vague, but it's not something that I could help you understand with words. It's something that you have to understand for yourself. As a Man Thinketh, man. If don't nobody have that book, everybody knows that's my favorite book. Tiffany always in the building. Tiff always coming through with it like clockwork. Tiff coming here like clockwork. $50 off the dribble. No questions, no nothing. Just showing love and support. Shout out to you, Tiff. Always. Always. Goldie, do you own pets in your closet? I see Sam Heavy on the pet cemetery. What about you? I mean, I had a mink coat before, but that was, you know, I still got it in my house in California. But no, I don't really, if you're talking about furs and stuff like that, it ain't really my thing like that. You know what I'm saying? But if we're talking about pets, even though you're not talking about real pets, let's talk about pets for a minute. I don't fuck with animals like that. Let me tell you why I don't fuck with animals like that. And I know a lot of people gonna say a whole lot of shit about this, but I'm not a needy nigga. You niggas are emotionally bankrupt. The fuck I need a motherfucking animal around me so I can fit and walk it outside, and I need a friend and I need some emotional support. Nigga, I'm not a needy nigga. Fuck I need an animal for that I gotta clean up, that I gotta feed. I got a whole burden on my life like I got a kid, except I don't got a kid. So what am I doing it for? I'm doing it so I can have companionship. Nigga, that's what hoes do. Bitches get dogs so it could be my baby. They call it they baby because they need emotional support. Now, I ain't saying nothing wrong with having a dog. A lot of people have dogs. I just never needed one. I don't, for what? I'm not emotionally bankrupt. I don't need companionship so bad that I need something outside myself to feel good. Fuck, I need that for? I don't. And the fact that I don't need it is why I get so much attention and energy from people, because I don't need it, because I don't need it. Everybody give it to me. You know? Goldie, they don't know the bitch is a want, not a need. Yeah, man. I don't need nothing. You know, because I don't need nothing, I get everything. When you really understand how to move in this world on that type of energetic level, you get everything that you want. You know, it's deep, though. It's too deep for one of these conversations. A nigga with a cat. Now, I don't fuck with cats either, just because I know that cats, y'all ever heard, it's like, look it up. It's called plasto something. It's something that cats have, where it's a parasite in cats that cats get. Cats are disgusting. They get certain parasites, and them cats be around you, be in your household, be in your room and all that. You might catch that shit. Well, anybody who has a dog, most of the time, you be like, they house don't stink, but it smell like dog. Fuck, I just don't understand why I need a dog for. What is the point? Somebody tell me. Maybe I'm just the oddball. When I see people with a bunch of animals and lovely animals, I be like, oh, this shit is weird. It's weird. Like, if aliens came down and just looked at human beings, you're taking care of something that does nothing for you. Now, if you got 2 Rottweilers in your house for protection, cool. But y'all got little bitty puppies that can't protect you. You got to house, you got to feed, you got to, when they go to the vet, you got to make sure they good. You got to do, you're expending all of this time and energy diverted to something. Tell me why. The ROI doesn't make sense to me. Okay, if you're using that as like an accessory, go buy you some designer, because a dog gonna cost way more than that if you're using it as just an accessory. Now, if you're using it as emotional support, I'd say, man, look within yourself that you're giving that. I would say inanimate object. It's not, but your dog don't love you. I saw a study on it. Your dog does not love you the way you think. They said that a dog's comprehension, they don't even recognize that you're a human. They think you're the alpha dog. That's what dogs think. They don't think, oh, this is my owner, this is a human. Their comprehension isn't even that deep. They think that you're like the big dog. They don't love you like you love them. So it's kind of weird that you're using this dog who don't even really love you for real, and you're acting like it's something and you're getting. Do what you want to do, though. I'm just saying, I don't need it. I'm not emotionally bankrupt. I don't need a dog for nothing. I don't need nobody for nothing, because I don't need nobody. I get everything. Do the work on yourself. Love yourself. Be by yourself. That's what I say. Let's get into some shit, though. And man, I used to hate having broads who had dogs. Look, twofold. You have a broad that has a dog. It was like this. There's a benefit in it, because now you don't have to be there all the way. So instead of her feeling lonely, she has the companionship of a dog. So it's like, okay, cool. I can just get her an animal. Then I don't got to be there as much. Her mind ain't going to be wandering. She ain't going to be coming up with problems because she feels like she has a companion. On the flip side to that, well, now it's a lot, because now I want to send her out of town. I want to send her here. I want to do something. Now we got to find a babysitter for a dog. Now we got to do this for the dog. The dog gets worms. We got to take it to the vet. All of these things, to me, it just didn't really compute for me to make much sense. Offie Kingdom always coming through it with it. My dog, man, you ain't had to send that. You already know I collect wrestling belts, so I've been waiting for the new one. UPS came to my door. He had my package. He wouldn't give it to me. He said cash on delivery. I never had that happen. Is that a new scam or legit? That's a scam if you ask me. I've never had any package come to the door and say cash on delivery. They're not going to let you order something without paying for it. I could be wrong. I've never in my life, and I order a lot of things, I've never in my life had UPS, Amazon, or any package delivery come to the door and ask me for anything more than a signature. So if you ask me, that's a scam. You might got to read the fine print. That's crazy. What did you do? I need to know. What did you do? Did you pay it? Did you be like, nah, send it back? I need to know now. Goldie, I think the main reason you don't own a pet is not you don't feel the neediness. It's that your desires and goals are way too important to add a living responsibility to look after. Yeah, man. It's like, come on, man. A whole dog, a whole cat. It's like almost having a child. And what's the point? At least if you have a child, that's a different. That's your seed. That's your DNA. That's your lineage. So it makes sense to take care of this and put your time and energy into this thing, into this human being who one day will grow up and you will reap the benefits of this person being in your life. And one day when you get old, this person might be the person who takes care of you one day. But to do it for a dog who you're going to outlive, so you're going to spend all this time and energy. Can you say, oh, my life was better because I had a dog? Well, your life ain't shit. And that's really what it is. Most people's lives ain't shit. So it's like, my life is so not shit. Let me get a dog to pass the time. Everything we do, everything most people do is for distraction, so they don't have to sit by themselves. And a lot of people, they can't get a man. A lot of women, they can't get a man to really just be with them and love them unconditionally, because a dog and a cat don't have no cognition of who you are. Because if they had cognition about somehow some of these bras are, they wouldn't be with you just like the man you couldn't get would be with you. So instead of getting you a man and getting you some kids, I'm going to give me a dog, I'm going to give me a cat. Because I can't find a man who has some cognition in his mind to actually like me and love me for a long period of time. Work on yourself. That's what I say. I'm going to get off that subject, though. I live in Compton. They scare off the flockers. No, I feel it. I feel it, though. 100%. If you have a pet, they say that's better than having a gun. Because if somebody want to rob you, if they know you have dogs in the house, they're going to be like, nah, I'm going to think twice. So if you have a dog for protection, that's 100% a great reason. Yeah, but leave that motherfucker outside, or have them dogs strictly for protection. At least it's being useful to you in a real way. He says, "Oh, this just happened 15 minutes ago. I know it's random. Yeah, it's random as hell, man. I'll call somebody like, man, I don't know. I think somebody out here trying to scam me. Yeah, you better call the place that you order from and say, does that even sound right? Yeah, right. The UPS driver was trying to make some rent. COD is only if you ordered and didn't pay. A dog can't compare to a wholesome man as emotional support. No, it can't. But you know, a broad gonna get what she can get. I couldn't get a man. I couldn't find a man, or the man that I wanted didn't want me. And feel like I'm too big to settle for something less than what I feel like I deserve, even though, guess what? If you can't get what you feel like you deserve, then obviously you don't deserve it, right? Like, oh, well, the man that I want, I can't get, so I'm just going to wait until I find the man that I want. Well, bitch, you ain't found it. So it's like, you ain't who you think you are. And that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. When you acknowledge that, then you start getting better. Shit, if I can't get what I want, guess what? If I can't get the goals that I want, if I can't get the money that I want, if I can't get the business connections that I want, I don't sit here and say, oh, they should fuck with me, or I can't get what I... No, you know what I say is, I say, I ain't where I should be. Let me get to work. It's a lot of people that I wanted to work with, a lot of people that were on different levels than me, and, you know, they wasn't reaching out, or they wasn't getting back to me. You know, I didn't say, oh, they should fuck with me, or I can't get what I want, so I'm just going to wait. No, what I said was, you know what? I'm going to put the work in till I'm so unfucking deniable that the people that I wanted to fuck with gonna have to see me and fuck with me. And if they don't see me and fuck with me, it's not gonna matter, because I'm gonna be so big I ain't even gonna need them. That's my mindset. And a lot of the people on that was on that level has started to reach out to me at this point. Why? Because I'm putting the work in. So either I'm gonna put the work in and level myself up to where I'm so undeniable they have to see me and notice me and reach out, or I'm gonna be so big that I'm not even gonna need them anymore. But women don't think like that. Women are so arrogant to say, well, I can't get what I want, so it's because they don't recognize what they looking at. He said it's from Europe, blah, blah, blah. He said, check. Told him who had a check. Then he said a money order. Tried to pay with card. He said the little machine sent his ass back. Yeah, you always got to be wary about it. It depending on the price, I might have would have just paid it. All right, if you look at me for a little 150, I might do it. Anything more than that, nah, I'll come back tomorrow till I call somebody and figure it out. Party next door, baby, both options. I used to order packages from New York, and I would do COD to UPS. If you paid already, you should be good. He said he coming back tomorrow. I hit the seller up. You right about the fine print, though. Yeah. You got to look at the fine print. You never know. That Dubai game you gave us on your cruise, I swear, I looked it up. Ah, man, we ain't even going to talk about that. We ain't going to talk about it. We ain't going to talk about it. We don't get a game, man. We going to, hey, you know what we used to call? We used to call them honey holes in the game. You find a new city. You find a new hotel. You find a new casino. You find a new state where, oh, ain't nobody here. And, oh, I'm finna run it up in this mug. You know what I'm saying? You don't tell nobody. It's called a honey hole. You don't tell everybody about your honey hole, because guess what? You tell one person, they tell another person, they tell they bitch tell her whole partner, woo. Now, all of a sudden, that spot where you was getting all that money at is oversaturated. Now, the price going up. Now, you're getting less money. My uncle taught me that. I used to love to tell people, like, I'm first getting right. I'm like, oh, yo, did you know in this spot? Oh, it's hitting right now. It's hitting like a mug. He'd be like, hey, nephew. Hey, you don't tell everybody where your spots is at, because eventually then they going to send they people over there and you ain't going to get as much money. I was like, damn. But I've always been that type of person. Even now, I'm always that type of person that want to share the game and get a game. And I realized, though, it's never really helped me. Seldom did I give somebody the game and they return the favor. Seldom did I give somebody the game and they chip me off something. Seldom did I give somebody the game for free and they turn around and bless me. It almost never happens. So I stopped doing it. I'll be like, man, I done gave you $50,000. You was sleeping on my couch, and I done gave you the game. Now you 3-4 deep, and now you really doing your thing. And man, we go somewhere, and you damn near want me to pay everything. Or, you know, something come up, and you got something for sale, and you trying to tax me for the whole bit. I'm like, damn, nigga, you don't remember you was sleeping on my couch 6 months ago till I gave you this game? Oh, you forgot, huh? You know, I done gave niggas books. I done gave niggas course. I done gave niggas game, like changed their life. And then when it comes to something else, I'm like, bro, he just must have forgot, or he acting like I ain't never did nothing for him. So seldom do I get a game like that, like I used to, because like people don't really respect it. At least if I get paid for it, then at least you'll respect it, or I'll get what I feel like I'm owed. Nick G 999, he said, you posted content every day for over a year, even though you weren't good right away. So how does one overcome the initial resistance experience when attempting to pursue a new skill or new venture? You need a mentor. You need a mentor who's already walked through the process, because biologically, we are wired to stray away from danger. What is danger? New situations, things that are uncomfortable. So your mind is going to biologically protect you from danger, which is something new, is going to come up with things in your mind that make sense, legitimate sense of why you shouldn't do it. And unless you have a mentor that you respect, who's above you, who's done what you're trying to do, to tell you, don't listen to yourself, listen to me, keep going. Yeah, post anyway. Don't worry about the comments. You're not doing enough. Unless you have somebody like that above you that's checking in with you, you're gonna stop. There's no way that I would have continued to do what I was doing if I didn't have a mentor who was already successful in the position that I wanted to be, who was able to help me with the doubts that I had along the path, or I would have stopped. Even one of the women that I had at the time, I don't know if I would have continued if it wasn't for her. She was already successful in her own right in the social media space for years before that. So when I had certain videos and certain things, and I was like, I don't know if I want to post it, she pressed me about like, no, you need to post it. No, it's good. No, take my phone and just post it anyway. You know, without that type of encouragement outside of myself, I probably wouldn't have continued for 365 days myself. That's why I say it's very important to get around people doing what you want to do, people who are on a higher level, people who are encouraging about what you're doing, people who you respect enough with their opinion that'll keep you going, because you're always going to talk yourself out of it. Like, I know for a fact, if I didn't have my mentor, if I didn't have certain people around me, there's no way that I would have kept going. And then once I started building up more, now I'm around other content creators, I'm around other people, and they're telling me, man, you scared to post that? Man, I post stuff. I don't care about my likes. But it was somebody on a higher level who been doing it. And hearing that was like, okay, well, if he's doing it, I'm doing it. Now I continue to do it. But if it was just me in my own thoughts, in my own room, in my own, with my camera up, I would have been stopped. Get you a mentor. Get you somebody that has been through the path and is going to know when them doubts come in and can tell you, hey, man, don't worry about it. Them same doubts that you have, I had. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Get on my mentorship, man. We making a lot of millionaires this year. We making a lot of people making a lot of money this year by being in this community of people who are going forward. And sometimes all they need is to hit me on that text message like, yo, I don't know if I should do this. I need to look at their post like, hey, man, what's going on with your post today? You need that. You need that push until you get into it yourself. And once you get that habit going, you got it. So why do they say a dog is man's best friend? Because they say a bunch of bullshit. Like, motherfuckers take analogies and sayings that they heard their whole life as fucking fact. Just because they said some shit and it caught on don't mean it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about a dog is a man's best friend. How? What does that even mean? Best friend. Like, you listening to a motherfucking cliche saying as if that shit is fact. That's why people are squares and live in a box, because you don't even think about what you heard. You just done heard it so many times. You take it as fact and you let it pass your conscious mind and just accept it. You know, I don't accept shit. I got to think about, does this make sense to me? And most of the time I hear most of the shit that everybody talk about, I say that shit don't even make sense. And if most of you were to stop and think about the shit you heard most of your life and actually run it through your actual brain and didn't just accept it because everybody said it, you'll be like, a lot of this shit don't make sense. And if it did make sense, then everybody would be successful and happy, wouldn't they? Okay, so if everybody's not successful and happy and everybody's running off the same scripts that they heard their whole life, well, then maybe you should fact check all these things that you've been hearing your whole life. You need to get the book Propaganda, and it will show you how everything that you think is real is not even real. It's been propagated to make you think something and you don't even question it. Edward Bernays, he talks about how the breakfast that we eat today was propagated in the 1930s by big companies wanting people to eat more bacon and eggs. So therefore, they went to doctors and paid doctors to come out and say, 4,500 doctors, get behind this movement that you need more eggs and you need more bacon. Not understanding all these doctors said it only because they were paid to say it. And then they put it in the media and then they put it in movies. Now everybody thinks, oh, bacon and eggs is a great breakfast. It's a heart healthy breakfast. That's actually not the case. It was just something propagated by companies. But now, 30, 40, 50 years later, we're still feeling like that's what you should eat for breakfast when that's not necessarily the best thing for you. But why? You never fact checked it. You just went off of some shit that you heard and your mama told you and your daddy told you and you see in the media, and you never actually thought to, let me check the facts of, is this actually good for you? And that's most of the things in your life. And that's why you stuck, because you've never thought about the things that you're actually doing, you know? And that's why they propagated this. A man is a provider and a man is this. And you say, yeah, that's what a man is. But did you ever think, well, who told me that? Okay, my dad told me that. But why did he tell me that? Because somebody told him that. Did you ever think, does it make sense for you and your well-being in life that you should be the only producer and you should be miserable while the woman is happy wife, happy life? Okay, well, who told you that? Does it actually make sense? Is that a way that you want to live? Has that been a successful life for people who have lived by that? No, but okay, but I'm going to follow it just because I don't have my own mind and I'm a square, so I live inside this box. And you don't understand, 90% of the things you do in your life is you being a square inside of a box about shit that you've never even thought about. That's why I do the opposite of what everybody else is doing, because everybody else is wrong. Show me your life, and then you can tell me if it's right. But most people I see living, that shit is wrong. So therefore, and then when I get on the higher level with higher mentors, 100 millionaires, 50 millionaires, people who have real money, they don't live the same way as everybody else. Sometimes they'll get online and they'll act like it because they know they get crucified if they tell you something different. But they live in a way with the advice and a mindset that's completely different than the masses live. So, do with that information what you will. What's your mentality when investing in stocks? How do you deal with it mentally, watching it go down? I mean, man, listen. Don't ask me about that type of shit, man. I invest in myself. You invest $10,000 in the best stock. Let's just say you double it, which you fucking won't. You made $20,000 in 5 years. Whoop-de-fucking-do. You put $10,000 into yourself, into your knowledge, into your wardrobe, into how you feeling, into where you living, into your knowledge. You could find out a way to make $50,000 a month. What's a better investment? But go ahead and do what you want to do, though. And then, listen, I've done so many different things. I've just done so many different things, been in so many different mentorship groups, buying and selling companies, buying and selling real estate, getting into investing with some of the top investors. And you realize when you really know anything about investing for real, the top investors tell you the best advice is to put your money in the ETAs or ETFs. Because the best person out there who has way more knowledge, way more algorithms, way more AI computers than you, they're barely beating what an ETF is doing if you put them in the top companies and just don't look at it again. But you motherfuckers out here are so fucking slow, you don't even research what you do. Because if you just read Benjamin Graham's Intelligent Investor, if you just read some of the top staple books about investing, you will find out really quick that most people should not be investing. You should put your money in an ETF, and that you'll do better doing that than trying to do your own picks. Right? But you don't read nothing. Y'all just hear buzzwords and say, I'm going to start investing in this, that, and the third. Y'all don't actually dig and do the research. Whenever I start something, I go to the best of the best of the best who have ever done it, and I study what they do. And when you do that, you'll find out real quick if you should even be doing that. And most of you should not be trying to invest in the stock market. That's not going to get most of you rich. Y'all don't even got the mind or the IQ to even understand that shit for real. And it'll probably take you 10 years to get good at it, maybe. And a lot of you don't even have the emotional intelligence, because it's not just about investing. It's about going against cognitive biases of human nature. And y'all don't even got the temperament for it. But you don't even understand what I'm saying because you ain't even researched enough before you jumped into it. Invest in yourself. That's the best investment I've ever made in life. The investment in myself, in my network, in my tools, in my teachings, in my learning, has made me able to make what I'm making every single month. And if I took all the money I had and put it in stocks and bonds and had the best stocks and bonds, I still wouldn't be where I am right now. You gonna ask me, have I read a book that I know you heard me tell you that I read? Come on, man. I know ain't nobody ever talked about that book in life online, period. They haven't. So you just asked me, have I read a book that I know you heard me tell y'all about? And is in my book list. I sent a super chat for appreciation. Shout out to you. I didn't see it, but shout out to you. This is Swerve Moore. Can you speak on NAD plus? Man, I love NAD plus, man. I ain't gonna speak on it too much, but I love NAD plus. Hey, y'all get your energy right, get your clarity right, get your biomarkers, get your blood test. All the highest people on the highest level that I know from here to overseas, the highest level people in life that I know, they get their blood drawn quarterly. They see where they're deficient in minerals, in vitamins, in different things, and they make sure that they get the proper supplementation. Almost everybody on this call right now is deficient somewhere. You don't even know it. And you've been living your entire life not knowing you're deficient. I found out I have certain like DNA mutations that require that my body can't properly digest and break down certain things. So certain vitamins actually are bad for me because when I take too much in, my body can't process it properly. So therefore, it makes me have brain fog. It gives me all of these issues. So therefore, I need a different type of supplementation to take in that my body can actually process. And that right there has something to do with energy. It's certain other things that I never even knew. I didn't even know what they were. You're deficient in this. You're actually depleted in this. And most people will go their entire lives depleted in this area, taking wrong things for this area. And you go your whole life, you're not always feeling good and you're having little problems here and there. You never know where it's coming from. And you wonder, and you just think how you are, oh, it's normal, or it's just, I'm getting older. No, you just don't know where you're at, and you need to get it checked. Go to vitabella.com, use code Goldie, get the performance package, and get your blood drawn. Find out where you're at. Get the supplementation and things you need, because energy and clarity is success. And if you don't have energy and you don't have clarity, it's going to be very hard to be successful. Have you ever met somebody super successful who didn't have a lot of energy, who didn't have clarity? Yeah, of course you need to eat right. Yes, of course you should exercise. But that's not the only thing. If you don't have certain supplementations and things that you need and taking the certain supplements that you need to make you optimal, you're never going to be at your best. So I would say it's a cheat code, and it kind of is a cheat code. Do what you want with that information. You ain't got to do it. I'm doing it, and my life is great because of it. vitabella.com, use code Goldie. Make sure you do the performance package. It's 50 different biomarkers that you can't get at the doctor. You can go to your doctor right now. They're not even gonna check half of these things because they don't even know about them. You know? Nick G 999. On a previous live stream, your woman said she accepted you having multiple women because of how you broke it down to her. So how should one break this down? Man, see, I don't want to get into that because it's all about now you taking a script. It ain't no script. Baby, this is what it is. I've already led with who I am with the woman. It's not about what I said. It's about who I've been to her. She's already seen me as a righteous man in front of her. She's already seen these qualities of a real man. She's always seen the qualities of a righteous man, of a man with integrity, character, swag, ambition. She's already seen a man that's pouring into her, not just sexually and materially, but mentally, trying to teach her, trying to show her, trying to elevate her. She already sees how I am with my son and my family. So she already sees who I am as a complete man. So therefore, when I tell her this is how I'm living and this is how it is, if you want to continue dealing with me, it's not going to be what I said specifically. It's going to be the man that she has seen me to be and living in front of her and saying, that man, can I accept this because of it? You see what I'm saying? So I could tell you what I said, but if you're not going to be that complete man in front of her, and then on top of that, be the man that she really likes and admires for whatever reason she does, then it's not going to work anyway. It's not about it working. I don't care if it works or not. Hey, baby, I would love for this to continue to be. We got a good thing going. We got a good vibe going. I like you. You like me. We got a future together. I can see us doing great things together. I can see us building different things together, right? But if you don't want to do it because of this thing over here, I understand. And let me tell you, it ain't got nothing to do with you. It has something to do with something I told myself before I met you. And if I were to change what I told you, if I were to change what I told myself before I met you, then it's not something that I actually believe in. And if I don't actually believe in it for the reasons that I want to do it, then I'm not going to sustain it. So I would only be lying to you, and I wouldn't be able to maintain it, and we would have problems down the line. And I'm not going to do that to you, and I'm not going to do it to myself. You know? But you're going to have to find your own script on it. I could give you a couple, and it's going to sound good, and it's going to work. But I don't want it to work. I want who you are to the woman to work, to where she's going to accept it regardless. How many pages is the book? The book is 327 pages of straight game your father should have taught you on so many different levels. This don't just cover women. This covers life. 327 pages of straight game. Link in bio. It's only I think 17, 18, 19, 11. It'll tell you because it's only a certain amount that you can buy. Link in bio if you want it. 2020 to 2025 has been a blessing to me in a major way. What's the minimum number and maximum number you charge to come back when you was in the game? It was never really about the money. It was always about the offense, because some things, it don't matter the money, because, sometimes all money ain't good money. Sometimes the season has passed and you will be spanked by the game, and you will be spanked in life by accepting money for something that don't sit right with your heart. And you'll take some money, and that money that you took ain't gonna be worth the headache and the chaos and the drama that you're in. That situation might bring your entire household to its knees. So it's never about the money. It's about the offense. And if the offense was something very light, then it ain't even about her coming back with some money. It's really just her coming back and making sure that she understand that, you can't just come back with nothing. I'm not no sucker. Because if you let them come back with nothing, they're going to leave just as fast as they came, because they know they can come and go as they please. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if it was just a woman and it was the first time she done got in her feelings about something, she didn't leave in no super disrespectful way, but she did leave, that's fine. You can leave. When you come back, I want to know that you coming back not for an ego thing, because a lot of times a woman will hit you back up after they left you just because they ego thing. They need validation. Well, I'm not going to give you that validation. So the only way I know you really want to come back for real is if you're willing to do something. And the easiest way to know how much a woman is willing to do for you is the money thing. It don't necessarily got to be the money thing, but that's one of the easiest ways, because that's going to be the hardest thing for them to part with. It ain't even about the money. It's about me understanding that you're not just coming over here playing. And if I let you back for free, then you could easily just be playing and needing that validation. You're going to come just because you could and leave. You're not even going to get a real conversation from me unless you understand, hey, this is what it's going to be, if you even really want to have a real conversation. Because a lot of times, all they need is that validation from a conversation once they left, and that's all they needed. And they ain't even really going to come. They just going to play with you. Like, they going to have that conversation with you, ain't going to hear from them again. Why? Because they got what they wanted, which was the validation that they could come back. I ain't going to give it to them. Real Tev, $9.99. Can you give me a little teaser for your nightclub game in a college town? What do you want, though? Man, every game is different depending on what I want. I can't give you no game of how I'm gonna move in a city or at a college town. Depending what do I want out this situation, man, it's depending on how I'm gonna move, and depending on what I want is gonna depend on how I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that you do, and that's why most people in life, they don't get what they want, because they don't know what they want. When I know what I want, guess what? I know what I don't want. When I know what I want, I know what I'm looking for. When I know what I want, I know exactly the thing that is not what I'm looking for. So then I know how to maneuver and I know how to move. When I know what I want, I know how I'm coming. I know how I'm coming because I know what I want. If I want this thing from this woman, it's a certain way I'm coming. If I want this thing from a woman, I know how I'm coming. So you got to tell me what you want out the situation. And it ain't just, catch me a broad. Yeah, what do you want to do with the broad? Man, I don't never just be like, I just want the broad. You want to have sex with the broad? You just want some companionship? You looking for a girlfriend? You looking for a wife? You looking for a hoe? What you looking for? Depending on what you looking for is depending on how you gonna move in that situation. You feel what I'm saying? And if you ain't thinking about it that deep, that's why you niggas just don't never catch what you want, because you don't know what you want. I know exactly what I'm looking for when I'm going out. If I'm looking for anything, and I might say, man, I ain't looking for shit. I'm looking for who looking for me. I'm seeing where the wind go. That might be my night. It depends what the objective is. Identify your objective, and it's a lot easier to know how to get to it. You can't hit a target you can't see. A lot of you dudes is flying blind. That's why you got a whole bunch of bullshit ass bitches in your household, because you never identified what you wanted. Because you didn't identify what you wanted, you didn't identify what you didn't want. I know exactly what I don't want. I go out on a regular basis and see women. 2 seconds, I know this is a bitch I don't like and won't fuck with. This is a bitch I can do nothing with. This is a bitch, the only thing I could do is fuck, and I don't even want to do that. It's different things. You got to know what you want, man. ABP, always be playing. Always be playing just means always be intentional with everything you do in life. Don't just do shit just to do it. Every time I walk out my house, what is the intention? If I'm going to the club, what is the intention? If I'm going to hang with my son, what is the intention? The intention is to enjoy my son, enjoy his company, and talk to my son and have a good day with my son. I don't just go out with my son. I tell my son, what is the intention today? I want to have a good time. I want to show him a good time. I want to teach him something today. I want us to enjoy our time. I don't just do shit. Everything I do is intentional. And when I go out with this broad to eat today, what's the intention? I want us to get a little bit closer. I want to get a little bit deeper. I want to start talking about business. Oh, I want to get to know her deeper. We really want to know where her head is at to see if she's even worth moving forward with. I want to put a couple tests on her. I want to see how she move in a room full of a lot of dudes. That's my friend. I want to see how she move in a room with when I bring another woman around and don't tell her. I want to see these things because I'm intentional about what I'm looking for out of the situation so I can move forward. You're also haphazard with your life, like most people. One of the most important things you could ever do in your life is who you're going to marry and who you have kids with and when you have a kid. And most people on this call who have kids, you didn't even plan that shit. Wonder why you're not successful in life. One of the most important and impactful things in your life that's ever going to happen is when you have a child. And you didn't even think to plan that shit. And you wonder why your life is all over the fucking place. If you don't take consideration when having a child, I know you don't take consideration with anything in your life. You don't take consideration with what you put in your body, what you eat, with nothing that you do. And therefore, if you don't garbage in, garbage out, if you don't have specific inputs, you can't guarantee an output. That's why I tell a woman all the time, you have to give me full control. Because if I don't have full control, I cannot guarantee the outcome if I can't guarantee the input. And I cannot guarantee the input if you don't give me full control to control the input. Because garbage in, garbage out. So give me full control, baby, and I can guarantee where we going. But I can't guarantee the outcome that you want. I can't guarantee that dream I've been telling you if you don't give me full control and give me full direction over you. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I'm so adamant about having control, because I want to get to a certain outcome. I can't get to a certain outcome if I can't guarantee and direct all the inputs into this situation. Goldie's growth is unmatched. I used to think he used a teleprompter because his mouthpiece was so smooth. Somebody said, I used to think he used a teleprompter because his mouthpiece was so smooth. John, 1999, appreciate you. Shout out to the GOAT. Just signed up for the mentorship. Worth much more than whatever we pay. Oh, yeah, shout out to you. We had a call today or yesterday. Take that leap of faith and invest in yourself. Every minute of the mentorship call was fire, life-changing. Man, shout out to you, John, and you're going to be great. That's what we all need. That's what we all need. And even on this level that I'm at, man, I just had a call before I got on here with two very high level multi-millionaires. We on a call, we networking, and I'm connecting one multi-millionaire with another multi-millionaire to help them take each other to the next level. You know, that's what it is. Each one teach one. Everybody doing big things. When I'm around people, he made $600,000 this month. He just told me about a $5 million contract he just got. He just told me he got $150,000 for mentorship earlier today. These are the people that I'm around. And they're pushing me for greater and bigger things because they're on a great. Most people give you advice from their level of lack, their level of limitation, and their fears. So get with somebody who's already been a couple steps ahead of you so they can think from their level, and then it will starve out all the doubts that you have because they're so sure of it. Shout out to you, John. We're going to get on our next call soon, man. I want to see that content real soon. You be cutting up. You right, though. Tony. Hey, listen, everybody right now, go get my Game God bundle. Go get my Game God bundle right now. I keep extending it, but I'm not going to keep doing it. Everybody be hitting me up, so go get it right now. And I just dropped some shit. It's called Stop Being a Square, man. Y'all need to get that too. If y'all want to get a physical copy, a physical signed copy, these might be the only ones that I'll ever have. $99 right now, link in the description. Go get it right now. If y'all don't want to get that, y'all can go get yours with your mouth closed, Game God Mentality program. Go get something. If I change your life in any type of way, go support the movement. Currently reading Outwitting the Devil. So much esoteric game. Keep doing God's work, P. Shout out to you. Yeah, esoteric game for real. Who in here is a drifter? Who in here is a drifter? Y'all don't know what I'm talking about if you ain't read Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil. Who in here is a drifter? Drifting is one of the leading causes to be unsuccessful in life. What is a drifter? Somebody who has no single aim purpose in life. Do you have a single aim purpose in life? Most of you don't. Find one. I actually have a blueprint. Called Traits of a Drifter. It's in my Game God Mentality school. It's actually free in there too. I don't even charge for it. I gave that for free. Traits of a Drifter. You go to my school group right now. This is free. Let me see. What does it say? Traits of a drifter, inverse thinking. Traits of a drifter. Drifting is the most common cause of failure in every walk of life. Traits of a drifter. The first thing you will notice about a drifter is his total lack of major purpose in life. Have focus. He will be conspicuous by his lack of self-confidence. Think. He will never accomplish anything requiring thought and effort. He spends all he earns and more too, if he can get credit. Opposite of that is save. He will be sick or ailing from some real or imaginary cause and calling to high heaven if he suffers the least physical pain. He will have little or no imagination. He will lack enthusiasm and initiative to begin anything he is not forced to undertake. And he will plainly express his weakness by taking the line of least resistance whenever he can do so. He will be ill-tempered and lacking in control over his emotions. Control yourself. His personality will be without magnetism, and it will not attract other people. Act enthusiastically. He will have opinions on everything but accurate knowledge of nothing. Oh, that's a deep one. That's how you know a loser. He will have opinions on everything but will have accurate knowledge on nothing. And in parentheses, I put, learn this phrase, which everybody should learn. I don't have enough information to form an educated opinion. Everybody should learn this phrase. I don't have enough information to form an educated opinion. Because you don't understand. You don't know what you're talking about. And maybe to fools who don't know what you're talking about, they'll take you at face value. But anybody who does know what you're talking about is going to look at you like a fool. So learn to say, I don't have enough information to form an educated opinion. That is the sign of an elevated individual who doesn't feel like they have to know it all. He may be the jack of all trades, but good at none. Focus. He will neglect to cooperate with those around him, even those whom he must depend on for food and shelter. I put stupidity. A lot of these broads. He will neglect to cooperate with those around him, even those on whom he must depend for food and shelter. Stupidity. A lot of these broads. They will have a lack of cooperation to the people who could put them in position or the ones funding their life. Retards. I shouldn't say that on here. They're going to cancel me. He will make the same mistake over and over again, never profiting by failure. Because when you profit by failure, you fail, but you learn. He will be narrow-minded and intolerant on all subjects, ready to crucify those who may disagree with him. He will expect everything of others, but be willing to give little or nothing in return. He may begin many things, but will complete none. He will begin many things, but he will complete none. He will be loud in his condemnation of his government, but he will never tell you definitely how it can be improved. He will never reach decisions on anything if he can avoid it. And if he is forced to decide, he will reverse himself at the first opportunity. He will eat too much and exercise too little. Macros. He will drink of liquor if somebody else will pay for it. Quit your vices. He will gamble if he can do it off the cuff. Show me a gambler, I'll show you a slave. He will criticize others who are succeeding in their chosen calling. Don't be a hater. In brief, the drifter will work harder to get out of thinking than most others work in earning a good living. He will tell a lie rather than admit his ignorance on any subject. If he works for others, he will criticize them to their backs and flatter them to their face. Be a person of character. Now, I could keep going. Y'all should just go on my website. It's free in my school group. All right, let's get back to the super chats. Somebody said, what's the book you were talking about the cult leaders? I ain't going to give you that game. I got to tap in, get the Game God bundle. Lee Childs, 100. Appreciate you even answering me. Always appreciate the love you give back. Say less. Locked in. Broad asked you to remove glasses last week on a podcast and you refused. Everything you talk, you walk, and it's noticed, bro. For real. Standing on what you believe, never making compromises or trying to please. I mean, I don't even remember that. I can't remember that. She asked me to take my glasses off. I do not remember. You know. Real Tev 999. Damn, thank you for sure. The game-god-goldie bundle, the game-god-goldie bundle, the hottest thing smoking right now. I feel bad if you miss your chance to purchase it. Y'all better get it right now. You got to pour into something that's valuable and tangible, because not everything in life is tangible or valuable. That was the coldest shit you spoke. What are you saying right now? My name is every dollar in a good dollar, and every penny don't shine, but keep doing your thing. I'm proud of you. Remember every day. Yeah. Is there an audible version to your book? Not yet. I might do it, man. I might do it. You know, I might do it. I don't know. Best way to know if a person is for you is telling them no and not giving them anything. Facts. I agree. If I was a trick during these times, however, I don't know what you're saying. What's the deal, Goldie? Is the whole book in the classroom or just something need the whole 300 pages? Yeah, the whole book is in the classroom. They already trying to cancel you because it sounds too good to be true. They judging by what you got, looking at it like you only saying what you say because you got, not where you come from. Yeah, they don't see the story, and they don't even see, from my perspective, man, the people that I'm around, I ain't nowhere, and that's the thing. And I had a friend tell me that years ago. You know, I never thought where I was good enough, even though when I was looking like it was better than everybody else, because I don't look down, I only look up. Man, I'm looking at my people who making 100,000, 150,000 in a day. You know, getting $5 million contracts. Dudes who coming on my podcast who actually their house is on an island across the way. So when I look at that, I look in the mirror and I say, nigga, step your shit up. Like, I look in the mirror every day like, nigga, you ain't doing enough. Like, nigga, get on your shit, stop playing. I don't look down, I look up. And that's what y'all should do. Don't look down at where you pass. Look at where you trying to go. You know, and be like, damn, I need to do some more. He said in the game call, I thought it was profound when you talked about etiquette and embarrassment with the broad. Oh, man, we got into it. Yeah, man, we was talking about, you know, etiquette, man, and the real game about the etiquette, man. Of course, yeah, you want to know some etiquette to be in certain places, man. You know, you don't want to be looking like you're out of place. If you want to network in a certain place, if you want to blend into a certain environment and make connections and things of that nature, I mean, it would behoove you not to understand the proper cultural way of doing things. Otherwise, you stand out like a sore thumb, and maybe not in a good way, right? But the biggest thing about it is when you can teach a woman, hey, listen, baby, that's how you, let me show you how to hold your wine glass. Hey, baby, no, that fork is for this. Hey, baby, listen, no, this is how you fold your napkin and put it in your lap. You now subconsciously elevate yourself and bring her down off of that undeserved pedestal. But you never want to go into a situation and tell a woman, like some of you dudes do, you ain't shit. Listen, baby, we the same. A lot of you dudes be trying to pump it too much. It's what you telling her when it's what you should show her. She's elevated, yeah, because all of these dudes put her on a pedestal for no reason. But you don't necessarily come by and be like, bitch, you ain't shit. Listen, you ain't better than me. Listen, we on equal terms. No. You don't tell her that. You show her that by how you move, by your elegance versus hers, by how you know what to do with your napkin and she don't, by how you cutting your steak and she don't know how, by you telling her, hey, baby, listen, this is how you do this. Hey, baby, listen, you're supposed to sit like this. Hey, let me show you. Matter of fact, let me show you how to put your peas on your tines. Let me show you how to hold that wine glass. So without having to negatively impact her ego, well, then she don't listen. You can still bring her off that undeserved pedestal and shift the dynamic by these little things of teaching her about etiquette. And then you'll be one of the only men that she remembers, man, he taught me something. And deep down inside, she's going to feel a little embarrassed because she didn't know something, you had to correct her, which automatically is going to put you on a higher level. And that's where the respect comes in. That's where the admiration comes in, because you're showing her and you're teaching her something. And that right there is bigger than any amount of dick you can give her, any amount of looks you can have, is when you can start to teach a woman something that she doesn't know, and she gives that respect and admiration to you. And do you remember the young lady in here who did not want to understand what I was saying because her ego was so injured that she was more concerned about what everybody else thought about the situation than actually recognizing what I know deep down inside she knew was like, yeah, you're right. I probably shouldn't say something like that on camera, nor in the public of anybody, if it's not just you and me, you know, especially on live. That's why I find people who are teachable. You know, people will be more worried about how you said something to them than the information you gave them. Well, how far is that person going to get in life? And a lot of times shame is the only thing that makes people change. It's a lot of people that would do a lot of things if it wasn't for shame. Sometimes shame, if we brought shame back for certain behaviors, a lot of people would change. But since you're not supposed to say nothing, and you don't never say nothing to your woman because of her feelings, well, she's never going to change because she's not feeling shame about it. If you really think about a lot of things we do, it's because we don't want to be shamed. Let me go get my car washed. I don't want to pull up to the event and everybody's car's clean but mine, because you're going to feel a little shame. Hey, shame ain't bad. Shame is going to keep you on point. But you handle these women with plastic gloves and never give them that. So when a real man like me isn't scared to do it, they look at me like, fuck him. He tried to embarrass me. No, baby, I didn't embarrass you. You embarrassed yourself. And I'm trying to correct you so you'll never embarrass yourself again. But you didn't see it like that. It would have been way easier for me to not say anything to you. Because I know when I correct you, when I tell a woman, hey, listen, you getting overweight, you need to get it together. I know when I say that to you, you're going to have an adverse response to me and negative energy towards me. And I'm willing to take that abuse to help you. The average person that knows you getting fat ain't going to say nothing. The average person that hears you say something crazy and just going to judge you about it isn't going to help you correct you. The average person that sees you with the booger in your nose or the toilet paper on your shoe, they're not going to say nothing to you, but they're going to judge you. I'm going to tell you, knowing that you may be have negative emotion towards me about it, and I'm so righteous, I'm willing to take that just so I can help you and correct it. But these women don't even see it like that. They'd rather me be the dude to sit back, don't say nothing, let you embarrass yourself. Know that everybody thinking the same thing I'm thinking, but don't say nothing to you. Or they want you to treat them like children. Take me to the side and wait until... No, it doesn't matter if I did it like that anyway. You wouldn't have respected it no way. P, I know you probably got a list of guests you would like to feature. How do you feel about Sugar Free and King 68 guest appearance? Sugar Free, shout out Sugar Free, man. He always showing love on my stuff. And shout out King 68, man. You know, I see him out and about in Miami all the time. And, you know, cool dude. You know, I would have them both on here, you know, if I could put it together. I just don't really reach out to people. Like, if people reach out to me, I'll do it. Because, you know, I don't know what people got going on. Especially when they're on those bigger levels. You know, it's like, I feel like if I reach out, they might want me to pay them to do something. You know, and I'm not really interested in doing that. So it's like, but if they see value in a podcast, man, hell yeah, I'll bring them all on. The broad asked you to remove your glasses. Last podcast, you refused. Walking in every way that you talk, and I see it. Never compromise a fear of blowing a bitch. Nah, man, I ain't scared to blow the bitch. The bitch better be scared to blow me. And if I'm in a position where I'm gonna me doing what I want to do, blow the bitch, then she need to be blown, man. Because I'm starting something I can't finish, so I'm gonna start changing who I am for you. Nah, man, I'm not gonna do it, and I ain't real anyway. I got to be able to be me. And if a woman don't accept me for me, then she don't need to fuck with me. It's really that simple. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even remember that, man. It's just so matter of fact. It's like, man, I do what I does, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing her back, too. She said she going to come back and she want to talk about game for the women. And I'm very skeptical about doing that, man, because I don't like giving women the game, because the women take the game and they run with it. I don't really want to arm these women with game because they don't use it righteously. But she going to come back. We're going to see what she's talking about. Only time you look down is when you stand down until you come up straight up. Was already in great physique, but Goldie turned me on to 3 critical things that have changed the game for me starting in a new city. Stop smoking weed, get some jewelry, be outside and shake as many hands as possible. I'm getting work and making extra money every week in public music out here. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Man, you got the bundle. Jump on a call. Get in the course. Don't say it like that. Don't tell me on camera. I want you to tell me just not on camera. I mean, hey, man. Everybody is where they at, and everybody will move up in due time. And, you know, it was a blessing to me to have people that I loved and respected that cared enough to pull my coat. And they didn't always make me feel good about it. Like, nigga, stop doing that. Nigga, it's the people who are around you who see all the things you're doing and look at you crazy, but don't say nothing. Every one of us, you're doing something on a regular basis that's stopping you from getting to the next level. But nobody is checking you about it, either because they're in fear of not you being mad at them. They just don't know how to handle confrontation, or they fake and they like the fact that you're embarrassing yourself like that. You'll never get better like that. When you have people who are willing to say, hey, man, nigga, knock it off. Hey, uncles, knock it off. Man, come on. Hey, and really get on me about it, and not the nicest way. And that grew me. You know, even my older brother, he used to like rip Nick up because he was 2 years older than me. So I'm going to high school. He's like, man, and my mom would be like, why you keep doing that to him? She like, because when he get to high school, man, he better not be doing that because everybody else ain't going to be so nice. So he was nice enough to give me tough love about the things that I was doing, because he understood, man, when I get in a public setting, everybody ain't gonna be as nice as him. So it was love why he was doing me like that. These women don't see it like that. They don't see it's love me trying to check you in the house. It's love me trying to check you here. So when you go out in other environments and other places, people are going to see the same thing that I'm talking about, and they're going to judge you about it. I don't want them to do it. So let me give you that reprimand you right now. Let me give you that hard conversation right now. They don't see it like it's love, but that's real love. It was my son. Like I said all the time, like, yeah, I'm hard on my son, and I'm willing to take him maybe looking at me like in a certain way because he don't understand it now, and he could maybe look at me in a distasteful way. But by the time he's 18, 19, 20 years old, he's going to look back and he's going to love me. But I have to be willing to take that. Otherwise, you'd be like most parents. Oh, well, I want him to like me so much, so I'm going to let him do this and I'm going to let him do that and I'm going to let him ruin his life because I want the love right now. I'm willing to not have the love because I know when he's grown, he'll see what he can't see now from his adolescent mind. Damn, my dad really loved me. Dad, my dad was willing to do this and know it was going to be uncomfortable sometimes so I could be great, so I could be a certain type of individual. Mothers don't do that. That's why it's very important to get your kids, because his mother would coddle him to do this and let him do that and let him do that and leave him alone and this, that, and the third. So you would have him grow up to be a certain way that nobody would like and respect because you want him to feel good all the time and you want him to have a good attitude towards you. Selfish is what it is. I'm so selfless. I'm willing to let the broad be mad at me today to make her better tomorrow. And the funny thing about that is the broad might leave because of that. So I'm so righteous. I'm willing to do something that I know is going to make her better in the long term. But in the short term, she might not even be with me and she might be better for somebody else. That's how righteous I am, because I ain't just going to let you sit up in front of me and me not say nothing to you about something that needs to be said. That's why I say, man, I'm the most righteous motherfucker you hoes ever met in life. But go get with the sucker, though. That's why I say it all the time. You bitches go get with the sucker who ain't going to say nothing to you. And your character's going to deteriorate. And you're going to be a sucker, and you're going to fall off, and you're going to get fat, and you're going to keep doing weird shit, and you're going to be a weird-ass bitch because this nigga ain't never going to check you about nothing. Rather than be with a man who's going to make you stand up to some shit, who's going to make you a righteous, polished, sophisticated woman in shape in the gym, doing all the right things, none of the wrong things, putting pressure on you to be your best self, because he care enough about you to make you grow like that. And these other suckers, they too scared to say something to you. So your character deteriorate. So watch all these broads who be with these suckers and these tricks, who they be in 2-3 years. A bitch that you don't even want no more. Hey, bitch, you chose it though. That's what these hoes chose. They wanted that easy shit. You know what I'm saying? In the multitude of counsel, there's safety. Listen, my uncle called me, say that shit all the time. Like, he'll come and pull my coat about some things he see. Not that he's writing that I'm wrong, but he's giving me his report. Hey, check this out. That's why I think about that. You know, because in a multitude of counsel, there's safety. Right? It takes a village. You wonder why these women and these people is messed up in life, because you had no village, man. I had a village of men. Most of these women are running off of that. They get most of what they know about life from TV and social media, and they're single mother. And wonder why they messed up. They don't even know they messed up. They have no wise counsel. And because they've never had wise counsel, when they get wise counsel, they take it as disrespect. Yeah, sugar-free, straight up, legendary. Do you agree with this? A woman said on her podcast and said, in order for you to have a good relationship, you got to have God in the relationship. And for me, I disagree, because the Bible is narcissist. I mean, that's such a convoluted question. God is like love. What is God? You can't even define it. So what are you talking about? You say you got to have God in your relationship. Well, what does that mean? You ask 100 different people, they're going to say 100 different things. So therefore, you can never even accurately say what that even means. But guess what? It sounds good. People love to put God and Jesus and things because people love it. People know this social media stuff. If I say God, if I say Jesus, if I say these buzzwords, people are going to love whatever I'm talking about. And people will seldom criticize whatever I'm saying if I lead with that. These people ain't slick. I know all the finesse games. Be careful of the people who wielding around that God and that Jesus and that Bible. They're doing high level manipulation, because as soon as you say those things, it's going to bypass most people's conscious mind. And just because you said it, they're going to give you a whole bunch of credit and they're not going to criticize it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's true. How about we talk about things that are tangible? Relationship. You can't have a good relationship unless there's consideration. You can't have a good relationship unless it's two people who are whole. You can't have a good relationship unless it's two people who have good character and understand reciprocation and sacrifice. You can't have a good relationship for a lot of different reasons that we can pinpoint and say what they are so we can make sure you have them. A lot of people can say that, oh, yeah, well, God is in my relationship and I pray. Well, that doesn't mean you're a great person. Listen, and that's some game right there. And I'm gonna just leave it at this. Some of the coldest players that I know and some of my mentors talked about that Bible and used the Bible in their household for control, because they understand the hard work has already been done when it comes to the subconscious. All I have to do is say God. All I have to do is say it's in the Bible. And guess what? I can find scriptures that align with anything I'm trying to tell you. Anything that I want you to do and think you should act like, there's something in the Bible that I can find a word for it. And because most people are so programmed to that, well, that's the word of God. So if God said it, then it must be right. Then therefore I can control you. But everything is interpretation. I could probably find something in that Bible that says the opposite if I find the right scripture for it, or I make the interpretation for it different. So, I mean, it's a tricky thing when it comes to that Bible. But the fact that a lot of the players in the game use the Bible in their household for control lets you know, like, you know. But I ain't going to say too much more on that one. They tried to get me to do that. I just never could get with it, you know, because that's a slippery slope, you know, now I got to stand on it forever. You know what I'm saying? And how I'm going to stand on something forever that I ain't never even read all the way through. And like most people who believe in whatever they believe in have never even read the book fully of what they believe in. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that foolish? You ain't even read the book. You ain't even read the book of the religion that you say that you're in. So you're following something that you don't even know the ins and out of. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous is what I call it. It's 11 o'clock in here, man. Come on with some good questions. We're going to jump up off of here. Somebody pick a number in the chat. Pick a number between 1 and 327. And I'm going to read a page out of this book. Now, I'm not saying the Bible don't got some heavy game. It's definitely got some game. And it definitely got some things that you can take in and some wisdom that you can use in life. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing. There's nothing that anybody's ever said in no book that I've ever read that I agree with every single thing in there. It's impossible. Then you got to ask yourself, well, who wrote the Bible? Oh, they say God. Okay, yeah, but no. Didn't they say it was certain individuals who wrote the Bible? And the Bible is just a bunch of different passages put together, right? So I have to believe that God wrote the Bible. So I have to believe that the man who wrote the Bible was actually speaking with God or downloading through God. So I have to believe that, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't. But you got to convince me that that man was being completely honest when he said he was downloading what he got through God. So I have to believe that for this to be true. And I have to say, and if it isn't true, then I'm basing my entire eternity on a lie. Not to say it's a lie. I'm just saying it's very hard for me to say I'm going to base my entire eternity on some words that I have to assume this guy was telling the truth, that he was talking to God. And if he's wrong, then I'm following the wrong thing. So I just got to assume it's right because you told me. And I can't even ask that man because he dead and gone. And then whatever that man did right, it's been translated into different languages and over all these years and all these. And I just have to assume, and it's never been touched or altered. And this is the right thing. I mean, that's a huge belief, but I guess that's why they call it faith. You got to believe. And if you want to believe it, ain't nothing wrong with that. What's your thoughts on a girl giving you a nickname? Bitch can't give me no fucking nickname. Fuck is you talking about? Bitch can't give me no nickname. What do you mean? What? My name is Daddy, ho. What you mean? I give you a nickname, though. Yeah, I give you a nickname. You ain't gonna give me no nickname. The best for a nickname you could do me is an emoji in your phone. Listen. Here we go. It's all about respect. You think the queen gives the king a nickname? You think, you know, like, come on now. If I'm all knowing and I'm all powerful and I'm the head of this household, I'm the one who chooses things going on around here. You don't give me no nickname. I don't like that. And then if there was something that I wanted you to call me, King, Daddy, Your Highness, Poppy, all knowing, all masterful, that's what you're going to call me. Don't call me nothing else. Don't call me nothing else. And if you do call me something else, I must really, really like it, but I got to sanction it. And just the fact that you trying to come up with something to call me other than what I told you to call me, which is daddy, I'm not feeling that at all. Do what you want, though. Do what you want. I ain't no nickname. I ain't no pet. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about that. All right, we're gonna go through this. Somebody said 300. Whoo, you picked a good one. Page 300. It's always her loss. I'm not trying hard with her because I'm just going to be me, and I don't gotta try hard to be me. I can't do anything wrong to mess this up because no matter what happens, it's her loss. I don't care how fine she is. It'll always be her loss in my eyes, not mine. If she can't recognize the greatness in front of her, she too slow for me anyway. And if you don't think like this, you're going to lose. That's the game guy mentality. That was actually $2.99. I'm going to read 300. Being scared. The thing you're scared most to do, the thing you're running from and putting off the most, the thing you're scared to do the most, the thing you're running from and putting off the most is exactly what's going to get you everything that you want. My client said, so to move forward, I just need to stop being scared. I replied, no, you're going to feel scared. You just need to do it anyway. Fear is a signal that you're stepping beyond your current understanding and capacity, but that's where the growth happens. The things you fear the most are exactly what will lead you to everything you desire. All right, I'm going to do another one. 304. Oh, Lee, you know what number to pick. 304. But I don't like the girl who likes me. Someone said they're not sexually attracted to the woman who likes them. It's not just about whether she likes you. It's about whether she's willing to show it every day in every way, proving how much she values you. Is she going out of her way to make your life significantly better? If she is, it's time to mature and recognize her effort. Think about how many women are with men they aren't sexually attractive to, but they're married to them because those men take care of them, take care of their kids, and provide a great lifestyle. Attraction can't always be the main driver. Sometimes it's about the bigger picture of what someone brings into your life. Grow the fuck up. Simple-minded niggas, man. I don't think she does everything I like. She loves my dirty drawers. She's willing to come out of her pocket for me. She's willing to do anything for me. She's done more for me than anybody in my life, but I'm not sexually attracted to her. Nigga, grow the fuck up. Nigga, you in high school? Weird ass nigga, go ahead and fuck with that bitch that you're sexually attracted to that don't like you at all and make your life hell in. How about that? And holler at me in 5 years and we'll see where we're at. Probably be at the bottom of an ocean somewhere. Somebody said, do you think she could ever be yours or it's just your turn? Come on, man. You guys ask simple questions that you don't think about. Can she ever be yours or is it just your turn? Hey, nigga, even if it's just my turn, when it's my turn, she's mine, ain't she? When I have a car, it may not be my car for the rest of my life, but when it's mine, ain't it? You niggas is too worried about some shit you can't control. When it's mine, and I'm going to treat it like it's mine. When I own a house, don't I cut the grass? Don't I make sure there's no mold in here? Don't I have regular maintenance on the roof? When it's my car, don't I get oil changes? Don't I get it waxed? Don't I make sure the interior and the engine and the transmission is running right? So when it's mine, it's still mine. Doesn't mean I'm going to have it forever. And you niggas is so tender-hearted you can't understand this fact in life that you don't have anything in life forever. You might have some longer than others, but you ain't never going to have it forever. Somebody said, stop playing with me. Y'all better go get the book right now. Bro, how I didn't get the notification, man, I don't know. That's heavy. You'll be scared, but you need to do it anyway. Is it better to lease a new car or buy an old car? Depend on the leasing terms, depend on the, there's so many different factors. Bought the mentorship. What did you do? Bought the mentorship. What did you do? To communicate effectively. I say it all the time. Toastmasters, Rotary Club, getting books on speaking as much as you can, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations to speak, speaking, recording yourself, listening to it back, understanding where you're deficient, and practicing daily. You said you bought the mentorship. I don't recognize the name. Real Tab, $9.99. How do you feel about a girl calling you daddy in bed, but my ex was tormenting her and she said I remind her of her dad? But my ex was tormenting her and she said I remind her of her dad. I don't really understand the question. How do you feel about a girl calling you daddy in bed? But my ex was tormenting her, and she said I remind her of. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. Listen, bitch, I don't give a fuck what you got going on. Bitch, you gonna call me daddy or don't fuck with me. And I had hoes, nigga. I had hoes that came fuck with me like, oh, I can't call you that. Oh, bitch, you can't fuck with me. If me having you call me a name is so big to you, man, then guess what? The real shit that I'm asking you, you're not gonna do. So let's just knock this shit off now. Hey man, she don't like you enough. I don't give a fuck if you got your father in your life. You gonna call me daddy. And if you can't call me daddy, bitch, you're not gonna fuck with me. Because if you don't want to do it, then you have to do it. Because that's the only way I know you really fuck with me, to be willing to do something you really don't want to do. And guess what? It's such not a big deal that if she makes it that big a deal, man, you're gonna have so many problems with that broad. If you can't get over her calling you a name that you tell her I need you to call me, man, listen, you're going to have so many problems. Man, I've maybe had one broad in my life that couldn't get with it. Some it took time and they would laugh like it because it was so uncomfortable, but only one broad in life. And she ended up doubling back and coming to fuck with me anyway. You know what I'm saying? Man, you got to stand for something or fall for anything. If we can't get over this little shit, because it's really a test. If we can't get over this little shit, we ain't never going to get to the big shit. And let's stop now. And those are why you have to have tests in place. Because if she can't get over that, please believe me, she ain't going to be able to get over nothing else in life. So that situation going to be short-lived anyway. So you might as well not even get attached to her. You don't care what excuse she got for it. I like how you said, when it's mine, it's mine. These guys out here protesting about a country that was stolen from them. It's like arguing of what girl they had first. Come on, man. Whatever girl you had, man, somebody else had her. Enjoy the time you got, man. Too much game. Get that bundle one time. Take that chance to advance. Straight up, Lee Child, shout out to you, man. You be dropping good game in that school, too. Our game, recognized game. Hey, man, get the bundle, get the book, get some products. Everything is in the link in the description. Do you think I should quit my job after I read Psycho Cybernetics and watch Brian Tracy? I see how they are treating me as I see myself. I have a 2-year-old LLC, but I need to rename it. Get on a call, man. I'll guide you down the path of what you need to do if you want to quit that job. Get on a call. If you ain't willing to invest in yourself, then don't quit your job, because you're not going to be willing to invest enough in yourself to advance. So jump on a call with me, get in my mentorship, and we can really go deep, because I got the answer for you. Bought a calendar to break my days up to get things done daily. Should I stay at my job till my business is up and going, or just quit now? Man, you got to book a call. Mr. Chandler, shout out Mr. Chandler, always coming through with it. Man, listen, we just had one person who didn't come with the deposit for that last slot of the mentorship. So if somebody wants that mentorship, listen, it's $5,000. And somebody just booked it for $5,000 yesterday, but we just had one of the 10 slots that we had. Somebody didn't come through with deposit that they were supposed to come with to a few days ago. We gave him a few days. He said he's not going to be able to do it. I refunded him his deposit. So we got one more slot for that $1,997. And just so you understand, it's $1,997, so about $2,000. Somebody hit me up the other day. Oh, is the mentorship $19.97? Come on, man. You need the mentorship no more than anybody if you thought that shit. So y'all want to hit me up right now? That one spot for $19.97, and somebody just bought it for $5,000 the other day when the spot was gone. So if you want it, hit me up, hit my assistant up, hit me in the DM. Let me know you heard it from this live. Hey, go get the Millionaire Blueprint too. Hundreds of thousands of dollars to find out what these ultra successful people do every day. It's worth more than the $39 that I'm charging for it. I'm at the gym right now from the game since January. Body looking great, mindset crazy. Now my wife noticing my upgrade and on her best behavior, gratitude. I have 85% of your products, man. We'll get the Game God bundle, jump on a call and get some more. You hit my Cash App, man. If I'm changing your life with my words, tell me how much is that worth? Hey, man, but that's what it is. Number one thing is self-love. Self-love is what? Self-investment. investing in myself, investing in my working out, investing in eating the right foods. I love myself. So I got to put the best foods in my body. I love myself. I'm going to do the things that I need to do, none of the things that I don't. And once I start to elevate, guess what? I attract better. And guess what? You ain't got to tell your woman to be in check. When you start being a prize in a lottery ticket, she's going to check herself because she don't want to lose a lottery ticket. And then she's going to start improving herself just to keep up with you. That's game. I'm definitely good. I'm here for the game. This church, I really don't give about the crowd. Everybody better get in that gym. Everybody get in that gym. I'm just pick to a random page. Players do what they want. Suckers do what they can. The definition of players do what they want, suckers do what they can is this. Leaders almost always exercise more free will than a follower because they are able to do what they want. Followers are only able to operate within the confines of what their leaders have allowed them to operate within. Leaders do whatever they want to do regardless of what others think. Leaders are the rulers of themselves, not the slave to others. Players do what they want, suckers do what they can. Are you a player or are you a sucker? Are you a leader or are you a follower? Because to be a leader, you got to get uncomfortable. To be a leader, you have to be willing to be ostracized. To be a leader, you have to do things that most people say you shouldn't do and be able to stand on it. And to be able to look at the crowd of everybody saying you wrong and look back at them and say, nigga, y'all wrong, and stand on it and know it. I look at most people telling me that I'm wrong and it doesn't faze me in the slightest because deep down in my heart, I know, nigga, y'all wrong. You know what I'm saying? Most people are scared to do that. California appraisals in the 499. It's Hamlet again. Can you talk about semen retention benefits? Mr. Organic speaks on it a lot. I want your take. I think a lot of things like that are somewhat placebo and maybe somewhat real. And the real part of that is a dopamine detox. And then we're going to get to your questions in a second. Dopamine detox. When you stop being overstimulated and hit your dopamine receptors with having sex, with jacking off, with eating sweets, with drinking alcohol, with all of these things that hit your dopamine receptors and scrolling on Instagram, then guess what? Your dopamine receptors start to reset. If you eat a bunch of spicy food all the time, eventually you need more spicy food and more spicy food just to get the same effect. You smoke a bunch of weed all the time. You have to smoke more and more weed to get the same effect you did from that one hit. So when you reset your dopamine receptors by quitting dopamine, like not jacking off and not having sex does, guess what? You are able to now focus. You can't focus. You can't sit down and focus for 2 hours because you have so much stimulation. Your dopamine receptors need something. So you can't sit down because you're like, where's my dopamine hit? There's no dopamine here. So when you finally stop doing these things that fire off your dopamine receptors all the time, you're finally okay to sit still and be okay with sitting still. You understand what I'm saying? So you're really essentially just resetting your dopamine receptors. And when you reset your dopamine receptors, now you can focus. Now you have that laser focus that you didn't have before because you were always looking to do something to get those dopamine receptors. So I feel like it's good, but you should do it all around. Every area. Stop scrolling. Stop drinking sweet things. Stop having, whatever it is that sends out those dopamine receptors, you got to do it in all areas for it to really be effective. So I'm not saying it don't work. And then, just any type of discipline affect any other discipline. When you start disciplining yourself to do hard things in any area, then it's going to be easier to do hard things because you're working that muscle. So I do feel like it's a benefit. But that's how I feel like it's beneficial. Goldie, during the business meeting, have they ever not wanted to work with you because of the content? Well, no, they probably wouldn't have invited me to the meeting if they didn't want to work with me because of my content. So, and a lot of people do want this. Man, there's a guy who owns a bunch of clubs out here, and he hit me up wanting to work with me just because of that content. Because they understand that content is king. And, I got a guy, a big, major guy. And, he got a daughter. And he was like, man, I felt a little way, but whatever, So at the end of the day, when you're doing big things and you have influence, a lot of people are going to want to work with you. And especially, when people understand it's content as well. But when you're doing such big, that's why I say I want to be so big that people that don't like me got to act like they like me. I want to do it so big. I want to be so major. I want to put in so much work that people who don't like me and don't like my content, when they see me, got to act like they like it because they understand I'm in such a position that they still would need something from me. And you know, the best position you could be in his life is somebody like me. Most of you and most people on social media, they go out trying to have this perfect curated image. So therefore, they have to hold up to something that they're not really, because nobody's just one thing. So they can't even step outside the bounds a little bit, or people are going to look at them crazy. Anything that I do, and when people meet me in real life, they like, oh my goodness, he's much nicer, he much cooler, he's boo. Anything I do, I can do, and it looks good. Anything that somebody who tries to be too perfect does, it's going to make them look bad. So now you can't even be yourself. I could be who I want, when I want, how I want, as wild as I want, and people just going to accept it. Like, that's Goldie. Everybody else has to make this curated image that's not even them for their entire life and their entire social media. And even when they go out, they got to act in a certain way that they're not even. So we talking about money, or we talking about freedom? We talking about money, or we talking about quality of life? I have a quality of life where I can be exactly who the fuck I want to be at any time, when most people can't do that. You know, so it's a double-edged sword. You want to be too perfect, be too curated. All right. Now stick to that script, because if you step out of bounds and you be your real self, people are going to look at you crazy. People ain't going to look at me crazy. I actually give me credit when I'm actually my regular self, and they just be like, oh, this is really cool. I always get motivated but end up falling off. Why? Well, you know, because motivation don't always last. That's why you got to put systems in place, blueprints in place, and then develop a habit. Use motivation as much as you can, you know, but when motivation fails, man, you have to have discipline, and you have to have really systems in place. Curate your environment, a system, a blueprint that makes it easy and effortless to do what you're supposed to do. You're not disciplined to eat right, don't keep anything bad in the house. You're not disciplined to eat well, don't keep anything bad in the house. You're not disciplined to go to the gym, put your shoes right by your bed in the morning, and that's the first thing you do as soon as you get up when you have the most willpower. You know, do you have a blueprint where you know all I need to do is look at this paper and I know what to do next? Use motivation until you do those things enough to where it becomes a habit. Then once it's habitual, then it's automatic. And then a lot of times you don't want it bad enough. Are you sitting up? Are you really looking at what you're doing it for? You know, there's two ways to get what you want in life. Massive pain is one of the biggest motivators. We'll run away from pain more than we run towards what we want. Are you projecting into the future what happens if you don't go to the gym every day? And you look at and you project that your woman leaves you, and you project that you get no bitches, and you project that you look fat and disgusting, and you project that you're going to have a heart attack one day because of blood pressure. If you project that into the future every day when you say you don't want to go to the gym and we don't want to eat right, it's going to motivate you to do those things, right? Are you projecting into the future what you want by these actions? Or do you have a big enough goal, and does it inspire you enough to say, when you think about these things that you don't want to do, when you think about what you actually want and that this action is going to get it for you, does it make you say, damn, I really want it, I'm going to get up and do that shit right now? I use a combination of both. Fear of what I don't want and dream building of what I do want, and things that are inspire me. That's why they say you got to have a burning desire. Do you really, really want it? Do you go look at those houses? Do you go look at those cars? Do you really imagine the best life that you could live if you hit your goals, and are your goals big enough? A lot of times your goals aren't big enough. If your goals are just so, it's like, well, I'm not motivated because I know I can do all this work and I'm just still going to have an average life. I'm going to have a white picket fence in a regular neighborhood and do regular shit. So it really doesn't motivate me to do it. But if you knew, if you did all this work, you have the best body, the best women, the best kids, the best events, the best house on an island. If that was your goal and that's what you were chasing, then guess what? You would be motivated to get up and do it, because it's like, damn, hell yeah, I really want that so bad. It's going to be worth all this work. A lot of times what you're chasing, you didn't make your goals big enough, so it's not really worth the work, so you don't want to do it. And then you don't remind yourself. You don't have a dream board. You don't have a war map that you look at throughout the day when you get discouraged and unmotivated, and then remember what you're doing it for. Somebody said a monk compulsory bracelets. Haven't seen one since 2020 until after you brought it up. That was some game. I need to find out which live that was so I can clip that up. What live was that? I need everybody to go watch these lives and put timestamps so my editors could clip them up. So I said, I hear a lot of successful people say in order to be successful, you have to have haters. Now, for me, I think that's dangerous because I see a lot of successful people who get messed with a lot. I'd rather not. Well, you know, I'm gonna tell you like this. That's a limiting belief that will make it so you're never successful, and that'll be a reason why you subconsciously stop doing things and subconsciously hold yourself back. So you need to eradicate that belief immediately. I'm telling you right now, it's way better to be famous and have the mess that comes with being famous than to be a regular motherfucker, man. It feels way better when they walk you into the back. When you pull up to valet and they want to grab your car first, and they want to walk you in and they want to shake your hand. And when your family and your girl and your son and your kids is with you, they treat them like royalty. That far outweighs the negative that you see and they project. Because guess what? When you're a nobody, that's what sucks. And when they push you to the side because they see that person who's successful, and they make you and your lady wait, and you and your son wait, and now your son is looking up to another man, and your girl is wishing you with somebody else because they putting you to the side because you didn't do what it was taking to be successful. It's a limiting belief, and if you focus on that, I'm guarantee you it's going to seep into your subconscious, and you're going to self-sabotage yourself every time you start getting on the road to success, because deep down inside you'll say you don't want that because of all the negative things that'll come if I am that. I asked the question.
Okay, so what's your take on the Young Thug leaked tapes and the Mariah Scientist thing? Like her hearing about all his cheating and other women, the having sex with other people, and she's like one of the top R&B singers right now.
I mean, it's just one of those things, man. These women who are not even on her level, looks wise, attractiveness wise, status wise, have a man and think he's not going to cheat on me, or they're so delusional in their thinking. This woman is who she is, held him down, and he still did what he did. So for these women out here to think, who are not on that level in any capacity of the word, that they're going to find a man that's not going to do that, they're delusional. Or they're looking to find a man that can't and doesn't have access to do those things. And then they lose anyway, because you're dealing with a man who you don't even really respect. So in order for you to try to combat something that was probably going to happen anyway, you get with a man that you don't even really like that.
Do you think it's embarrassing that all these people know their business now? Like, I know you say, okay, a woman gets cheated on, she stay with a man, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that it's on, like, Front Street, like, if that was you, would you feel embarrassed that everybody knows now?
I mean, it is what it is. Like, at the end of the day, if you're looking at it in a celebrity point, I'll be honest, I didn't even know who Mariah the Scientist was until all of this really happened. Like, I didn't even know she was a singer like that. I thought it was just Young Thug girlfriend. I didn't even know she was a singer. So if you're looking at it in the positive standpoint, like, people are paying attention to who she is in a way that they probably never have, because people like me who didn't even know who she was know who she is now. So she should look at it as a positive. Attention equals money. You can't buy this type of publicity. And nobody looks down on a woman for getting cheated on.
You don't think so?
No, they don't.
Like, he's talking about he was fucking correctional officer.
It don't matter. Nobody looks down on a woman for being cheated on. Women actually get more credit, they get more love, they get more attention when they get cheated on. So it's never a negative thing for a woman, especially if you're in the limelight, because now you get all this sympathy from other women. It can boost her sales, boost her image. You know what I'm saying? Give me another question.
What's the girl from the Shannon Sharp thing? Like, she's now posting, is she a boss? Like, she changed her whole look.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. The woman who licked Shannon Sharp for 30 M's.
That was like 50 M's, right? 40 M's.
Whatever it was. She was like, yeah, speak to me as the Don now and as the boss. And I listen, you can't be mad at her. At the end of the day, she is a boss. She's 20 years old and came off on a $20 million lick, untaxed. Hey, man, however she did it, hey, man, this dude's out here taking penitentiary chances, for $100,000, for $50,000, taking penitentiary chances for that. And she was able to finesse a play to get 20 M's, right or wrong as it was. Hey, at the end of the day, it's women doing a whole lot more for a whole lot less. These women out here doing a whole lot more for just some trips and bags and, you know what I'm saying? So I can't knock it. It is what it is. I don't know the ins and outs of the situation, but, if a woman found a way to get 20 M's, even if it was, what would you say, not in a morally right way, hey, man, there's a lot of women out here doing a lot of immorally wrong stuff, and they ain't getting 20 M's, so shit. You got to take your hat off to it. What you gonna do? Hey, I need y'all to get y'all likes up in here. It's enough of y'all in here where we should have 3 times as many likes. So put some likes in here for me. Make sure y'all go get the book. If you want the physical copy, it's only a few left. If not, go get the ebook. Download it right now. Get the bundle. You still ain't got no question back there.
I don't think it's going to be good. I really don't.
Liasia Lux. She said, love this live. It was great. Shout out to you. Always showing some love. We're going to get you back on the podcast. Come ask me about some game for some women. I'm reluctant to give women a game, but I'm gonna sprinkle it on them. I ain't gonna give them too much to ruin too many lives, but I'm gonna give them some.
What game would you give? What was the girl you talking about? Mariah. What game would you give her in that situation? You're on top R&B album. They out here saying you're a man and fuck this person, this, all your business out. What game would you give her? Just stick it out?
I fuck with Young Thug.
If that was your little sister, what game? No, not talking down on Young Thug, but like if that was your little sister or your daughter.
I mean, on the outside looking in, I would say, listen, check this out. Ride this thing out. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if that man is good to you, if that man is, and then because because all this came out, you know what's going to happen? He's going to be very apologetic about the situation. So what is he going to do? He's going to do a lot to make up for the situation. So you already built a bond with this man. You already stuck it out with this man while he went to prison. You already stayed down with this man. You already built a bond with this man. What do you want to do? Break up with him? Start a whole new situation with another man that might do the same thing to you one day? Stick it out with this man. You know, make him do what he's gonna do, which is make up for it, and ride out this this fame and this little moment of notoriety you having and capitalize off it. I wouldn't even be talking. You and the Young Thug ain't got nothing to do with nothing right now. What you should be focused on right now is capitalizing off of this moment, this once in a lifetime moment where you get all of this attention and get the right PR team to capitalize off it in the right way. And if you can capitalize it off it with Thug, then that's the best way to do it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like this. A lot of women will take a man cheating. They just won't take it when everybody knows. And if that's the reason, then you worry way too much about what other people think. If you was going to stick it out with that man, if he cheated and you didn't know about it and didn't nobody else know about it, then just because everybody know about it don't mean you shouldn't stick it out with him. That's what I say. Get your bag up right now. Don't blow this situation over emotions. Hey, Goldie, they say suffering is the way a man will elevate. But what about at your level? How do you keep going and not getting comfortable? Put your back against the wall. Like I said before, man, I use a combination between pain and a burning desire for more. You know, I put my back against the wall and I make my new level something that I have to stay at. And then I look up to what I want more. I mean, yeah, pressure makes diamonds, and a lot of people are not in a pressure enough situation to do what they need to do. Everybody out here could be making way more money than they making, even myself, if we really was forced to do it. Like, it's a guy on YouTube. He always says, man, if I put a gun to your mother's head and said, if you don't come back here with $100,000 in the next 3 days, your mother is over with. I guarantee you 50% of people are going to find how to get that $100,000. We just not motivated enough. And that's why you have to have big goals that really inspire you. People, you don't have big enough goals. We don't have big enough goals. You're supposed to set goals that you don't feel like you can accomplish in this lifestyle. Go look at some things that get you so inspired, it wakes you up. Go look at the houses, not the $2 million houses, not the $3 million. Go look at the $100 million houses. Go look at the lifestyles of people and things that really inspire you and get that feeling in your stomach, that burning desire in your stomach. You just don't have those as goals. So therefore, it's like the little shit that you want. It's like, I'll do it, but you don't feel like doing it. You know, you got to get that burning desire. And, you know, a lot of people do it wrong as well. Like you looking at people and following people where they're at now. But that's the wrong formula. And I used to get this wrong too. You don't look at where people are now and follow what they're doing, because you don't know if what they're doing is right until you see them in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Because where they're at in 5 years is going to be the result of what they're doing today. And where they are today is the result of what they were doing 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So you don't always get where somebody is and start looking at what they're doing now. You have to look at what they did to get to that place, because where they are right now, they might not be doing the things. You only know if somebody's doing something right or where they're going to be from the results of that in the future. So a lot of times you got to find somebody and see what they were doing before. You can't just, if you're climbing a ladder, it's a completely different steps that you do from 1 to 2 than it is from 9 to 10. And if you jump in the game and you're trying to do steps 9 to 10, but you're on 1 to 2, you're going to fall. You know, this is a little game that I've learned. You be looking at a lot of people that's going to be in prison in 2, 3 years, but you didn't know that because you're watching what they're doing. No, what you need to do is you need to find out what they were doing 2, 3 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Why mentorship is great. I got with a lot of mentors that I used to watch their content on YouTube, and I was using their content on YouTube, where I had a book and I was listening to the things that they said. And when I got with them, they was like, "Oh, no, that information is wrong. No, that's wrong. That was then, but I know something different now, and I need to tell you something different now." So get with mentors that actually tell you for real, because hey man, there's a lot of people on my show that come and they'll say things, but behind the scenes they'll say something different. Because a lot of times people get online. And like you guys say, the image that you have to portray to get deals, you can't always say what you really want to say if it's not politically correct or if it's not what everybody thinks you should say. So you're listening to a lot of people, these curated individual 100 millionaires, and there's certain things they're never going to tell you what's the real and how they really think and how they really are in the boardroom and how they really get down and how they really feel about family and cutting off women and things of that nature, because they can't say it publicly. That's why you got to get into the rooms and get in those mentorships to find out what's really going on, because you'll find out it's completely different than what people portray. All right. Page 111. That's a good number. 111. Free game, the path to success. This is the path to elevation. If every time you regretted doing something and made the choice to never do it again, how much progress would you have made? Think about it. If 10 years ago you made a bad decision, got hungover, missed your workout, felt bad, and decided to never let that happen again, where would you be now? If every time you missed the gym, ate like shit, lost your temper, went back to someone who treated you wrong, you chose never to repeat those mistakes again, how far ahead would you be in life? You are not where you want to be because you are average, and average people repeat the same mistakes over and over, regretting the same things every single day. I have realized the hallmark of successful people is simple. When they get feedback that something is not good for them, they stop. When they see that something is working for them, they double down. So if you decided today to stop doing the things you know are holding you back and focus all your energy on the things that are pushing you forward, you would make more progress in 1 year than you have in the last 10. I wasted years of my life going in circles, and that's why I'm so cutthroat now and move very quickly ahead. If you understand that. Most average people make the same mistakes every day. You have the same regrets. Oh, I didn't go to the gym. I ate too much. I got into an argument with this dude, this girl. I went back into that old relationship that I know wasn't going to work, right? I lost my temper. I procrastinated. You have the same regrets every day, and that's why you're average, and you do the same thing every day. Every day you have the same regrets. Well, how about if you stopped and said, I'm never going to make those mistakes again? Everything I regretted today, I didn't work out. I didn't eat right. I was talking to that friend on the phone that I know can do nothing for me. I watched TV instead of doing what I was supposed to do. I procrastinated and didn't do my work. If you said, look yourself in the face and said, I regret those things and I'm never going to do those things again, how far could you be in life? You know, a successful person is going to see that those things aren't good and they're not going to do them tomorrow. Average people, they're going to do that shit every fucking day and have the same regrets every single day. And on that note, go get my book. You want a physical copy? It's only a few of them. Link in the description. If you want the regular one, GoldieRatio.com. Go get the Game God bundle. I only got one slot for that mentorship if you want it. Otherwise, price going back up. If you want the in-person mentorship, $25,000. Price going up real soon. Doing big trips, doing big things. Life is good. Stay tuned in. And I'm gone.